foolish me. My wife called me and said, Benga, let's invest. I said, no, I worked for this money. My dream car is a Nissan Xterra, and I'm going to buy this car.
I'm sure a lot of guys will feel that thing where you've hammered the thing that's been in your mind, your childhood dream comes alive.
Exactly. So I bought this Nissan Xterra. And
but fella, let me just ask, how did you feel when you're driving it?
Yeah, I felt good. I felt like, yes, I have arrived. I felt that.
Beautiful.
I've eaten.
Exactly.
And I got it. And so this Nissan Xterra started giving me issues that within the space of 4 months, I had spent so much on the car, so much.
Wow.
That I got tired, and I eventually, just because I just wanted to get rid of the car, I sold the car for 500,000 naira.
Are you kidding me? 1.2 what again did you buy?
1.2.
Wow.
And I sold it for 500,000.
And you said earlier on when we were talking that you changed the engine too.
I changed the engine. Then when I changed the engine, the gear just gave up again, and I'm like, what is it? My dream car. So I actually hate that car now. I really hate it because of that experience.
Wow.
But I was foolish.
True.
So, but afterwards, God is a God of several chances.
Yeah.
Afterwards, I learned my lesson, and I trusted God again. And He has in recent times He has brought quite some finances into my hands, and I'm wiser.
Sure.
Especially by listening to my wife, where the advice about investing is concerned. And we've done some investments now that are very, 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 very good investments that will be giving us something within a million naira annually.
Wow.
And that's good. I feel a lot better.
True.
With that.
So that means that one thing was also telling you guys, young people or people that would like to learn one or two things, listen to your wives. Truly.
Yes, listen to your reasonable wives.
You have to have reasonable wives.
Yeah. Listen to your reasonable wives. Some of us have reasonable wives.
Yeah.
Some don't actually have. I've seen some that the wives are the ones that make the husband do what I did the other time.
Okay, they're the ones that say, they can't buy the car.
You have to buy this Hummer for me now, and the husband is running up and down and he wants to kill himself. She doesn't even care what he's going to do, but you just have to buy it because my friends are using this kind of thing.
Okay, so let's cut Pastor Benga here from Pastor Lumide.
Okay.
Practical advice you will give to people what you're doing now and what they can do.
All right. Let me start from the area of prophecy and God's word coming to you. And like Pastor Benga rightly said, that prophecy is not a bed you lie on. It's actually, say it again.
Prophecies are not beds for you to lie on, but weapons for you to make battle with.
All right. Sure. Okay, I like that. And it's very scriptural as well.
Sure. That
prophecies we are to run with prophecies. Make war with prophecies. All right. And I think as believers, it's something we really need to put into consideration, and then understand the power of prophecy and our parts to play in it. I remember a few years ago, to be practical now, like I said, I've heard so much from God, both directly and from my pastors and leaders and all that. One major one that I can't forget is about the prophecy of my voice being heard in different cities and in different states. And I stayed with that for a while, prayed. How will this happen? Until I was actually praying, and I was like, Lord, this prophecy is time for it to come to pass.
I'm telling you.
What's up? And while I was praying, I just heard in my spirit that I've given you what it takes. All right, just look inwards and reach your world. All right, so for a few days I thought about it, and all of a sudden the idea just came to me to actually put my experience together and write it as a book and begin to push it out. Yeah. All right, I've never thought of writing any book. I've never dreamt about that, but the idea just came.
Yeah.
And I decided to put it to work immediately. Within 1-2 months, I published my first book.
Wow, you didn't tell us.
Yeah, I published my first book, and then 1,000 copies, and I began to, that's where you come in. Even after publishing the book, it's still my responsibility to push it out.
Yeah.
All right. It's not God, it's not angels, that will do that. It's me. All right. So I decided to, pray about it, and I got the direction, and I began to talk to schools. All right. And before you know it, within 1-2 months, 1,000 copies was gone.
Wow.
All right. I had to go print another 1,000 copies gone. Wow. Another 1,000 copies gone. Thousands spread all over, to the point that schools began to buy them in bulk and recommend it to students, and then in their libraries and all that. And a few thousands, came in from there. I was like, wow, this is good. After a while, published another one, and then took that out of Lagos to different other states, Delta states, different states, and it was amazing how doors were just opening up, and that's where prophecy comes in. The word is already there, just waiting for us to act and take a step, and then God is there to back us up. I could have heard all that and just wait for one major invitation, supernatural stuff without taking a step. It doesn't work like that. All right, and with some other things that have happened. So my advice would be, we've been declared rich, we've been declared prosperous, we've been declared by the death of Jesus. All right, but we have a part to play. We've got to rise up and be deliberate. Be intentional. All right, let's ensure that action match our confession. All right, we must be ready and willing to put this declaration to work, and I believe strongly that if we do this, we will see the manifestation of these prophecies. Prophecies are real, very real, just waiting for us to rise up, take bold steps, and do the impossible. Don't be afraid.
As in, go out of our comfort zone.
Go out of your comfort zones, In fact, don't mind even if you fail at trying. It's better than not trying at all. Because I don't even believe there's anything like total failure. Even in that thing that seemed like a failure, or that you have failed in, you have learned something. All right, how not to do something, and next time you do it better. All right, so we should just be bold, be courageous, and just go out there.
Okay, let's
say a few things about. Number one, let me talk about failure. We've been taught that failing is a bad thing. Failing is not a bad thing.
That's right.
Failure is teaching you. Number one, you've taken a step.
True.
You've made a move. A lot of people don't make moves. So if you make a move and you fail, you are a lot better than the person who never made a move.
True.
Now look at everybody who is successful in life. They will give you stories of failures upon failure until they became successful at something. So don't run, don't be afraid of failing. Don't be afraid of failing. Don't be afraid of trying and failing. If anybody is laughing at you, it is their problem. It's not your problem. See, their laughter at you doesn't change anything. It doesn't add to you. It doesn't reduce from you. But you know that you have tried. You have taken a step. You have learned one way not to do it. So what you need to do is to try again. But perhaps you will get the way by which it should be done. That's on that one. Then again, let me talk quickly about this thing. So we've been declared rich. If we believe we are rich, let us act rich. A lot of times we don't act it, and that's where we fail. Most times we don't act it. So for example, talking about prophecies now. So a prophecy was declared. There was a prophecy that within the next 28 days, money that you cannot explain will come into your hands. A lot of believers, once that prophecy comes, the last thing they will say is, "Amen," and that's it.
And there's nothing wrong in saying "Amen"
with that.
But what next?
What next?
After the amen.
So that prophecy has come, and you need to, because he said God is not the author of confusion.
That's right.
Sure.
God is a God of processes. He's a God of processes. So how will that
show up? It lifts up.
Yes. So how will that money that you cannot explain come into your hands? Definitely will be by an exchange of value.
That's right.
Definitely.
That's right.
So what value do you have that you can exchange? That's what you should be thinking immediately that kind of prophecy comes. What value do you have that you can give? Because somebody will not just. Why will somebody just give it to you like that?
Exactly, because God said that somebody not carry money and just
give it to you. It's value. Even people that sow seed to some other people, it's because of value.
And I think that's a mistake we've made. We always expect that somebody will just come because I sold 5,000 and I say somebody will come. I just sold 20,000 and I say you don't realize that you are selling 5,000 to somebody because the person has been a blessing
to you. So who are you a blessing to? Who are you adding value to? So start to think about value. Where can I add value? Who can I add value to? How can I add value? How can I increase the value I am giving? So if money that is money that you cannot explain will come to your hands, that means that value that you cannot explain must be given.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I can actually trust God for value that I cannot explain.
Yeah.
And apply myself to adding value.
Just like the principle of sowing and reaping.
Yes.
Yeah.
And apply myself to adding value. But oftentimes we don't. So the prophecy comes, and I think some of these things is a result of what we saw growing up. So a lot of our parents who are church parents, they are in church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, praying and praying and praying. It's good, but after the prayer, go to work. Go to work. Someone is believing God for money. This person has a store and decided that okay, I'm good, and is in church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all day praying for money. How will the money come? People who are supposed to buy from you will come to your store and is locked. God is not. I don't know how people think. What people think God is actually.
Exactly.
He's not. He's not out of confusion.
Yeah.
He's a God of process. Money will come to you by something you cannot. I don't know. I don't know which church produces money or I don't know.
Okay, so because of time, we're gonna round up, and let me just say this to everyone that see this as people telling you the truth, telling you what has happened to them. We didn't go into details telling you guys our personal stories, the many quarrels, the many what word can I even use again? The many disappointments our wives would have felt at several times, because when people get married to people that have potential, you see a great thing. I love what Pastor Olumide said. The picture began to fade because you've already created a picture. Most of us, we got married by creating picture, like only 5 years time, 2 years time. The vision will go around the world. 1 year, 2 years, instead of going around the world, going around Yanoba or going around the Kurotu, and you'll be watching, God, what's going on here? But we're not telling some of the mistakes we've made and how we're able to overcome them. Mine, I would just say that one of the things that's helped me recently is that I began to work on my mindset. It's one thing to talk rich, it's one thing to say we are rich, we're not poor. We quote scriptures like, if I know the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, how he was rich, yet for my sake he became poor, that I through his poverty might become rich. And that's the way you say it in church, you're like, yes, I'm rich and everything. But you now begin to see that truly, mentally, you just assent to it. You're just a mental assent. You just agree with it. But look at the action. When you start around rich people, how do you feel? When you go to a hotel and you see the hotel, it looks like the room is so expensive. How do you feel going to the cashier or to the reception to ask, how much is a room here? Do you imagine yourself going on vacation with your wife? These are the things that will tell how rich you think you are. What are you doing? So one of the things I began to consciously work on my mind. And whether I would like it or not, most of us, or let me say some of us grew up in very low or humble background. And we don't realize that this thing took out effect on us. Even while we think we are as rich as we think we are rich inside, but it shows in the way you go for things. Check out the things you use. Check out the way you manage things that you should throw away. I began to look at all these things. I began to tell myself certain things. It was so bad. In fact, I told some of my people, in fact, there was one on my phone that the screen was cracked. That day I was preaching in church, it was an iPhone. I just broke it more. I said, you know what? I must break it to the point I can't use it again so that I'll go and fix it. Because a rich person that sees himself will not manage certain things. We're not talking about living beyond your means, but also that check your mindset. Before now, I would not see myself sitting in this kind of hotel and be feeling like, God, this money, I would have put this money somewhere else. But now we're able to make certain moves. Anyway, Sha, it's more than 30 minutes, so it's almost 30 minutes. We'll just round up. I want to say, guys, take some of these principles and you know what? Be the best husband you can be. When you put money into that family, your name will change. I'm telling you.
Sir.
Just take your wife on vacation, you will know.
The love will increase.
Love will increase.